Up next, we're going to talk about why you need something better than one of these cheap tire pressure gauges.
All right, Paul. So what's wrong with my cheap tire gauge here?
All right, so you can get these cheap tire gauges anywhere. People give them out for free sometimes with the name of their companies, or you can buy them for a couple dollars. But the key is, these do work in a pinch. It's fine. You can put one in your glove box. They don't work too poorly. You can get a general reading, but they get sticky sometimes, or they get messed up. And over time, they don't work so well. They're not real accurate. You get different readings every time. You're never sure exactly what the pressure is on your tire. You know, you have to put air in your car tires. This is actually a spare. Your bikes, your lawnmowers, if you have a riding mower.
Sure.
The
tires on my snowblower, I just checked the other day.
Exactly. So you have all these tires, they all require air pressure, but I want to get a good reading. And when I'm out there and it's 5 degrees, I don't want to be messing with something that I'm going to have to try 10 times to get a good reading. I want to be able to get a good tire pressure reading.
Okay.
So what do we do?
All right. So what did you do? You went out and got the fanciest, most reliable gauge you could find.
So I have this nice Jayco tire pressure reader. It's very convenient, has this nice hose on it. You simply just plug it into the valve, you get your reading, and it holds it for you. So it's a nice, easy meter. It's very accurate, and even though I'm out in the freezing cold, I can glance at it. If I missed it the first time, it's not going to go away.
So what I used to use, Paul, was one of these. So this had a gauge built into a filler, so I could come in here and I could put air in here.
Right, so it's meant to be connected to a compressor.
Right, connected to the compressor, squeeze this and it would give me my reading. But I found that this was off by over 10 pounds. Now this has been beat up a while. So
and it only shows you the reading while you're holding it in, right? Because this thing pops out, but as soon as you let go, it goes back in. If you can't see that reading, it's
so
gone.
I got this one. This is a Milton, so this is, you know, a company that's been around a long time. It's made in the USA. It's built like a tank.
Right.
But this
it looks like something from 1952.
Right. Well, I think it's the exact same design since then. But this will give me a really nice reading here in a much more reliable fashion, and it's going to be accurate. And these can even be repaired.
But we think that it's mainly accurate when it's connected
It's
to
got to
the
be
air
connected
compressor.
to an air hose.
Okay,
right.
So I have one of those as well, and I was struggling with this because it was not giving me good readings when it wasn't connected to the air compressor.
That's just a general
I just wanted to get a quick reading. I couldn't do it. So that's why I bought this, and I bought a filler so I don't have to drag out my air compressor. Not that there's anything wrong with that, and sometimes that's fine.
Right. Even something like that, no gauge at all, but just for adding air from your air compressor, it's handy.
But this, I can set the pressure, and it'll stop automatically if I want.
Okay.
Or I can just look at it, and it'll show me the pressure, and I can connect it in, and it screws right in.
So you just program this to 35 pounds, hit the button, and then it turns off when it's done.
So I don't need to drag out my air compressor. I can just plug this right into the, do they call it a cigarette
the cigarette lighter
anymore?
They call it the 12-volt aux port.
Yeah,
right?
The 12-volt port in your car, Paul, and it'll fill up your tire.
Just use that.
I have used this. This does work.
You can't do a car tire with one of these.
Yes, you can.
No,
sure, you can. Absolutely.
Bike tire, fine.
Yeah, it will do cars. Yes.
No, it won't.
Yes, I did my car with that.
I don't believe you.
It works perfectly. It goes up to 120 pounds, but I wouldn't recommend it because
it takes you all day.
No, no, because tires are only about 30 pounds. They're less than a bike tire.
All right.
And the problem
Here's
is
another
the
one of those.
Not accurate. So.
I've had this one for like 30 years, floating around in the back of my SUV, and also compressor. So if you're, you know,
they both have lights on them. If you're out on the side of the road, you have an emergency light. So get yourself, what I would recommend, if you have a compressor at home, you might want to get something like you suggested. That's the answer.
And it's not a lot more expensive than the cheaper one.
If you don't want to drag out the compressor and you need a filler, get something like this. It plugs right into your car lighter, your 12-volt port. They also make some that connect into a regular outlet, household outlet as well. And I would highly recommend a gauge like this. This is so convenient, and it just saved me a lot of hassle.
So we'll have links to all these kinds of things on the website, so check it out.
No more of these cheap things, all right? Well, you can do better.
Unless you just want to have one in your pocket.
There you go, or in your glove box. But get something better to have around.
All right, thanks for watching.